The Prentice Allsup Heating and Air Coaches Corner, fueled by Donut Country and McDonald's Murfreesboro on FM 101.9 and AM 1450 Murfreesboro, FM 100.5 Smyrna, and streaming at WGNSSports.com.
The Coaches Show is brought to you by Rick's Barbecue, serving up the best smoked barbecue ribs and many local favorites on Warrior Drive. Locally operated by Anne Marie Brents and the Lanning family. And now joining us this morning is Oakland High School head coach Kevin Creasy. Coach, how you doing this morning?
I'm doing good.
All right. The Patriots had a big 42-7 win over Siegel on Thursday night to improve to 7-0 in the season and 3-0 in region play. And that's always a good rivalry game, Coach, and I know that's a good win for you to get.
Yeah, just a couple miles down the road, big rival, and most important, big region win, and thought our guys played well on a Thursday night.
Absolutely, and there was a lot of standouts from the game on Thursday night, but one that really stood out to me was Kyler Creasy, 13 of 13 passing for 259 yards and 3 touchdowns. That'll win you a lot of games most nights.
Yeah, we have trouble completing 13 in a row against air a lot of times. So, anytime we can go into a game and, go 100%, that speaks volumes about how good the offensive line protected the quarterback, how good the quarterback threw it, and, of course, you got to have somebody catch it. So, we were really pleased with our passing game the other night.
Absolutely, and I was going to get to that. That was my next thing, talking about your offensive line. It seems like that has really been a strength of your team this year, and you want to talk about some of the guys up front that have really helped you this year?
Well, the big thing about our line is we'll really only have one senior, Isaiah Kirk. So he's kind of the captain of the offensive line, and he's done a heck of a job of leading some of these young guys. So we got a ton of young guys that have stepped up, but Isaiah Kirk definitely the captain of the O-line, and then Michael Brown's doing a heck of a job for us at tight end. Avery Hainsworth, big role at H-back. So all those guys kind of play into the formula of who we got blocking for our running backs and who we have blocking for our quarterback.
That's that, and you can tell they're really well coached, and your staff does a really good job of teaching them to hold their blocks and not get holding calls.
Yeah. Tyler Eady, former player at Smyrna High School back when they were having their run of state championships. He does our O-line, and like I said, fundamentally they're as good as well coached as anybody around.
Absolutely, and we talked a little bit about your passing, but you had Chase Bandy had 5 receptions for 110 yards, then 2 touchdowns, and that's another weapon that's really going to help you as you go forward.
Yeah, Chase Bandy, a lot of people don't realize this, but he started on both sides of the ball for us last year, and we look at how little we got done in state championship. Well, he broke his arm in week 14, so a lot of times you never know how valuable somebody is until you miss them. So week 15 last year, we definitely missed Chase, and we're glad he's 100% healthy. He's playing great on both sides of the ball. Like, overall, one of the best guys we got going on this team right now.
Absolutely. And, you got your running backs, DeJuan Morris and Craig Tutt. Morris had 86 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns, and a 76-yard touchdown reception. And then Craig had 64 yards receiving, and then also a 96-yard kickoff return for a touchdown. Just talk about, having the dynamic ability, playmaking ability these two guys have, and really what they bring to your team.
Yeah, those guys, they're really good on special teams. But, they're really good at blocking. They're really good at tackling. They're really good at catching the ball out of the backfield. And, of course, they get a lot of accolades for being really good running backs. But they're just overall good football players, and you win a lot of ball games with guys like that. And, unselfish guys don't care who gets the ball, don't care who gets the glory. At the end of the day, they're worried about winning, and they're competitors. And, they compete in practice, and they bring it over to Friday night, and, willing to do whatever it takes for the team to be successful. So, give me 11 guys like that, and we got a lot of success ahead of us.
Absolutely. You know, that winning gene, that not everybody has that, you know, and that tells you a lot about those two guys right there, especially.
Yeah.
Your defense this year, I feel like your defense has been really solid. You know, really they've kept you in games, even the Blackman game earlier in the year, and you know, against that high-powered Texas Anna team that you played earlier this year, they've gotten solid, and I think they've gotten better every single week for you.
Yeah, you know, a little worried after the Anna-Texas game, you know, with all the points scored, but then Anna-Texas the next week scored 60-something points. So that just shows you they are a high-powered offense. Like I said, we've made some adjustments and tweaks along the way, and definitely have gotten better every week. You know, up front, we've got a good D-line led by Trey Odom. And our linebacker crew, you know, I'll take them over anybody else around. We got three really good linebackers, Caleb Ellison, and then you look at what he's done over the last couple of years. He's pretty much the captain of the defense, kind of like the quarterback of the defense, making all the right calls. Justin Barber has stepped up and done a heck of a job, and Cullen Williams, just athletic as all get out, and you know, just real physical players. So Coach Watson's defense has three really good linebackers, and then the back end's always been talented.
Always has been. Coach, how are you going to approach this little time off, fall break week coming up? I know you got you're at Coffee County in your next game on the 18th, and then you got two really challenging games to end the season with Ravenwood and Riverdale.
Yeah, you know, we're going to take a little time off. You know, luckily we played on Thursday, so our guys came in Friday and watched the film, so we got that game past us, and now we're looking ahead at Coffee County. But, you know, we've got 4 or 5 days off and then come back Thursday and hit the ground running again. You know, Thursday, Friday we're practicing, and, you know, we're really working on Oakland those days. So last year I thought that was a key part of our seasons when we came back in on fall break and had two really good practices where it was just basically our offense against our defense for 2 straight days, and you know, got a lot of good film to evaluate when we went against each other, and it tells a lot about each other. You know, who we can play, who we can't play, and all those sort of things. So you know, down the stretch, it's almost like the playoffs are right around the corner. So you play teams like Coffee County, Ravenwood, and Riverdale. It's probably going to be a playoff type atmosphere. So it's going to be a whole lot different whenever fall breaks over.
And that's you know the great thing about your schedule. You always play a tough schedule, but I mean, even you get a little time off and you come right back. I mean, those 3 games are going to prepare you for a playoff run again.
That's right, and you know, 2 of the 3 are region games, so we've got to win 2 of the 3, and you know, Ravenwood's a good little rival game we've had the past couple of years. You know, they're having a heck of a season. They're undefeated, probably roll into our place undefeated. So Coach Hester does a good job over there, so it should be a great challenge for our guys.
Absolutely. And, you know, from the coaching standpoint, Coach, what are you looking forward to when you go back and you reevaluate the first 7 weeks of the season? And, you know, when you come back, you know, you're going to try to maybe cut out some of the penalties or some of that kind of stuff?
Yeah, you know, there's always room for improvement. We've got a long way to go. Luckily, we got time. You know, we got time to fix a lot of our mistakes, and most of our mistakes are fixable. You know, unfortunately, we've never been 100% healthy this year, and probably won't ever be. But you know, we've never had T.T. Hill and DeJuan Morris and Tut on the field at the same time.
Yeah.
So hopefully, one of those days in the near future that'll happen, and we'll get to see, you know, what our team does when we have all 3 of those playmakers around. And hopefully, like I said, the getting healthy part happens, and then, of course, cutting down on the self-inflicted mistakes, hopefully that happens as well.
Absolutely. And then, you know, there's one other aspect to the game, you know, I wanted to talk a little bit about special teams. You know, where do you, you know, 7 weeks into the season, where do you think you are with your special teams right now?
You know, it's one of those things that's still a work in progress. Quentin Norfolk was our starting punter, and he's been hurt, and hopefully we'll get him back. But our long snapper goes to punter, and that usually makes things a little weird. But, he can't snap it to himself, so we've had some guys step up. Real proud of the way all of our special teams have been this year. But Nick Hernandez is now our snapper, doing a heck of a job. And so we're trying to get things straightened out with some of our guys that were backups that are now starting. Jose Hernandez is our kicker for the most part. He does a lot of the kicking duties, but we have a competition between three kickers, and competition is what makes the world go round. So as long as they're competing against each other, they're getting better every week.
That's what you want. That's what you want, and competition breeds success, and that's what you want to do. Getting ready for, you got Coffee County, Ravenwood, and Riverdale, the last 3 games of your season, and getting ready for the playoffs. Is there anything you try to tell your guys as you get ready to get into the playoff mode that changes kind of from the regular season?
Yeah, mostly between the years, try to get them ready for, not just the physical grind, but the mental grind of being ready and prepared every week. Because if there is a slip up, then your season's over. So give them, like I said, 5 days off this week just to kind of recharge their body and refocus their mind, and hopefully come back with a better mindset, a mature mindset, and a championship mindset. Ultimately, we hope to play all the way to week 15, but you're only guaranteed to week 10. So we'll see how that comes back and how these dudes respond to that. And the biggest thing is, like I said, recharging their batteries right now, trying to get them ready for a good run.
Well, that's right, Coach, and we appreciate you being on here this morning. That was Oakland Patriots head coach Kevin Creasy. The Coaches Show is brought to you by State Farm, agents Andy Womack, Dana Womack, Celeste Middleton, Ron Reeves, and Emerson Williams. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.